Okay, so just a reminder, when there is a variable in the exponent and the bases are not the same, then we have to log both sides. So I'm going to take log of 2 to the 5x equals log 7 to the x plus 4. And remember that the whole point of logging both sides is so that we can get the powers in front to get the variables on the main level in order to solve for them. So we get 5x log 2 equals, and if there's addition or subtraction within the exponent, make sure that you put parentheses around it when you drop it down. If we look at the left one, the left side of the equation right here, this is multiplication. It needs to stay multiplication. Students sometimes have the tendency to try to split that, make that 5 log 2 plus x log 2. There's no plus sign or minus sign there, so you can't just magically come up with one. Okay, but if you look on the right-hand side, we do need to distribute that log. So we get x log 7 plus 4 log 7 equals 5x log 2. And then anything that contains a variable in it needs to be moved to the left-hand side or right-hand side, doesn't matter. And anything that doesn't have a variable needs to be moved to the other side. So I'm going to move this to the left. Okay, I can't combine those. Those are not like terms. So I'm going to keep it as 5x log 2 minus x log 7 equals 4 log 7. Okay, and then we need to get the x's out. So I'm going to factor an x out. And then the operation between the x and the logs is multiplication. So the inverse of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide both sides by the following. And as you can see, we now get x by itself. So x equals 4 log 7 over 5 log 2 minus log 7. So like we talked about the other day, make sure that you are putting parentheses in your calculator. Okay, if your calculator does parentheses here, make sure you close your parentheses before you do minus log 7. And then we round to 4 decimal places. So this would be 5.1214. Okay. So make sure you practice that and plugging it into your calculator. Okay, so we are going to follow the same steps for the next example. Variables in the exponent, we need to get them out, so we need to log both sides. Okay. Bring down the exponents in front. That's the whole point of logging both sides. And just like I said earlier, if you have addition or subtraction in the numerator, make sure that you put parentheses around the quantity. Okay, and since this is addition or subtraction, we're going to distribute through to everything. Once again, anything that contains a variable needs to be moved to one side. Anything that doesn't needs to be moved to the other side. So I'm just going to move this to the left again. Okay. And I'm going to subtract log 3 to the other side. So I get x log 3 minus x log 4 equals negative 2 log 4 minus log 3. Okay. Now factor out the x. And then divide by this expression. Okay. And then you're just going to put that whole thing into your calculator. Once again, make sure that you are including parentheses. You might need to include a double parenthesis here if your calculator starts the log with a parenthesis, and then you need parentheses down here. And when you plug this in your calculator, you should get 13.4565. Thank you.